What's going on, people? How's everybody doing? Cloudy day out here in the Northeast. With the biscuits. So anyway, the C-47 Skytrain is done. Quite a story on this. We made some cool discoveries. I got some great pictures. We found a picture we didn't know existed. So without further ado, we'll start. As you guys know, I dedicated the C-47 Skytrain to Fred Henry's dad, SF. And he was a staff sergeant during World War II who flew the hump, making deliveries to the Chinese. They were our allies during World War II. And he did it for 4 years, from 1942 to 1946. So while I'm doing my research, because everybody knows I do research, like most of you guys do. I'm not the only one, I'm sure. But we came across this. I was Pappy's dad, who is right there. That's SF Henry, boys. The man on the right. That's Pappy's dad. That's Pappy's Pappy. The cool part is that Pappy never knew this picture existed. And we're pretty sure that, we're sure, we know, him and his brother have verified that that is their father. And this is his father with his crew up against their C-47 Skytrain. Pappy never knew this picture existed. He had hooked up. Pappy's dad was in the 14th Combat Cargo Squadron. So I typed that into the old Google, and a bunch of pictures came up. So I immediately sent the link to Pappy, and I go, you should look at these. You know what I mean? Take a look at these. These are your father's squadron. A few hours later, he sends. I got this picture back on my text, and with a note saying, 90% sure that that's my dad in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm like, what? So he goes, yeah, I'm going to talk to my brother over the weekend, and we got pictures, and we're going to put them up, and he goes, after the weekend, I'll let you know. So I got a text from him either the Monday after the weekend or a Tuesday, stating that, yep, that's him. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yep, that's him. And he goes, that must be the crew of the cargo plane. He's going, I've never seen this picture. So I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. You know what I mean? So when something like that can happen, all because of a model. So then when we got that picture, Pappy, God damn it. Pappy was kind enough to send, he goes, hey, you got to look at this. Back in the day, when all the Rosie the Riveters were working in the bomber factories, there was I forget who he told me it was, some magazine or somebody was doing an expose. And they went to a bomber factory. And the girl right there in the front is Marty Wood, who just happens to be Pappy's mom. So, old SF and Marty Wood made little Pappy. So, these pictures are going to be kept. I've only got them on paper. I might buy some photo paper. But these are going to get hung up and put in my collection. And it's really cool that we found this picture. That to me is just, that was all worth everything. So, the plane was dedicated to this woman. We were talking back and forth, and Pappy told me that his dad used to say, "Yep, my Marty, that's my Marty." And I said to Pappy, "You just gave me the name of the plane, pal. So let's go take a look at her." All right, boys, without further ado, here it is. The C-47 Skytrain. My Marty. Yeah, she's painted olive drab on top with a neutral gray on the bottom. I just, the only decals I use the regular decals that came with it, but I made up my own number, and because I tried to find a number on the back of of those planes, and all it was two numbers. So I picked two numbers. But yeah, she's all done. I think it'll come out pretty cool. My plan is hopefully to make it to the Acme this year and hand this to Pappy personally. But yeah, I think it'll come out pretty cool. After hemming and hawing and trying to find out how I was going to do the My Marty, I just simply took a white jelly pen and wrote it on there. Oh, I can get it to focus. But not bad. I'm happy with it, how it came out. I hope Pappy's happy with it, how it came out. I put the, this is Pappy's dad's squadron. This is the squadron patch. See if we can get in here. That's the dedication. And that's the squadron patch. And the mule is here because Pappy was telling me the story of how they would deliver the mules. Because where they were going, there weren't roads. There was the Burma Road, but that had been shut off by the Japanese. So for a while there, they had to use donkeys, burros, donkeys. And what would happen was that side door right there would be thrown open. Pappy said his father and the navigator would put their parachutes on because the pilot would tip the plane up on its side and they'd start pushing the mules out. They were hooked up to parachutes like the paratroopers are. You know how they put them on that static line, and when they jumped, it automatically pulled out. That's what they did to the mules. And Pappy said there was he goes, the inside of that plane, he said his father said it was just nothing but mule dung and urine, and geez, I can't even imagine how that must have smelt. And then having to fly back. Good God. But yeah, that's why the mule medallion was put on there. But yeah, the stand came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I took a torch, burnt the wood up a little. It's coming out darker on this camera than it really is. It's not that dark. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I had to replace that bubble there. I had to dig in my box for one because the one that they gave me, it looked like it had been in heat. So you know what I mean? It was melted. It looked like it was melted. So, but there we are, boys. C-47 Skytrain, My Marty, dedicated to Pappy's dad. Yes, the props work. Both props. So, there you go, Fred. So I had to do this for you, buddy. It really was. Without guys like that stuff, the world's a different place. So there it is, boys. I got 10. You know what I'm going to say. Peace out.